CNBC-TV18 exclusive now. Former RBI Governor YV Reddy says India is on a growth path, but one needs to constantly check if the country is getting richer without uplifting the poor. Speaking to Lata, he adds that the country is on a sound footing on the current account front, but the government does need to tackle the fiscal deficit problem in a credible manner. So let's listen in to that conversation.
It's not by and large truthful. Nobody can say it's not correct. But you have to also make a distinction. India and its people. India and its people. What's the wealth of India? What's the income of people? Oh. So if we recognize people matter for India, not just India by itself, then you have to view it together. And you have to say that this is what India stands for. These are the people. So if you say India GDP growing very fast, then you should say, well, the per capita income, Bangladesh is growing faster.
Okay.
So like this, we should keep constantly, at least the readers, and everybody else should keep constantly in mind that things may have to be, you may have to see little more than you read the newspapers that we put it that way. And therefore, I think things are, certainly I think short term is very bright. Certainly short term is very bright. Because again, we are taking advantage of two situations. One is we are not very well integrated in the globe. And the globe
which will work to our advantage.
Right. So therefore, that's one. And secondly, we were ourselves not very much into any ideological position, either politically or economically. We were just somewhere in the middle, left right, left right. So in that ambiguous position of non-commitment to any particular ideology, any particular, we are taking advantage. And I must compliment the Prime Minister for taking advantage of this particular neutral position. The uncommitted country is giving him a lot of dividends now.
Oh, yes. Even geopolitically.
Yeah, geopolitically. That's what I mean. So that's why I would say that I think people have to be perhaps far more careful than what they are now about the Indian economy and its prospects.
Okay.
And the society also, if I put it that.
But we do have twin deficits. So now a budget will come up in less than a month. Do you think fiscal deficit should be a worry? We ran up a deficit because of COVID. Should that be a very important consideration, considering that this year we will end with a near 3% current account deficit also?
First, let me start with the current account deficit. See, current account deficit definitely influences the medium-term view. Because it's not the current account deficit which determines the exchange market. The exchange market are determined by capital account. Capital account transactions. So short-term fluctuations are entirely due to. So current account deficit may not be built into day-to-day movements. Current account deficit will be built into structural. Yes. And also the effectiveness of current account deficit in transmission to the exchange is highly diluted because less for us, supply chain, etc. One. And therefore, what we have a situation is that current account should be a worry when people assess our fundamentals, but not for market volatility. For that, I have to look at the capital flows. In the capital flows also, we have slight problems also in capital flows because our reserves have been built out of borrowings basically, and more important, the debt portion and particularly the government portion has been increasing a little large now. Okay. So the composition of capital flows requires a careful watch before we attract any more. But at the moment, we are not in danger as far as the current account is concerned. I think I should say that as Rangarajan pointed out in his book, the external sector has been put a firm footing. And virtually we have no, external sector is no longer a constraint for our policy the last 30 years. We can be very proud. Rangarajan can be very proud. And then you come to the issue
fiscal
of
deficit.
Fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit, normally, if the current account deficit is not an immediate problem, fiscal deficit also is not an immediate problem. Again, not because we are great, but simply because most of it is funded and domestic bias by savers, and also institutional exploitation, institutional prescriptions. And then finally, household savings are pretty high. Household financial savings are pretty high. This is a redeeming feature, which always existed, which will continue to exist. But there is a problem still. The problem is that if we stretch it too far, then it could break down. So we have to be very careful in not stretching it too far. So I wouldn't say, I would not worry about fiscal deficit, but I would certainly worry, particularly central government. Because people look at central government basically. The macro analysts may prepare, but markets don't look at totality of the deficit, subnational deficit plus. No, they're considerable government of India debt, direct and indirect.
All right, that is a very interesting conversation with the former Reserve Bank Governor YV Reddy. We're going to wind down on the show with the news that the market is slipping once again. You know, we saw that recovery, but now we're back below that 17,800 mark. So do keep that on your radar. It's over 100 points gone on the Nifty, but that's all on this edition of Business Lunch. You guys stay tuned. Midcap Radar up and 2.